जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गिरिधारी राधा ललित माधव जी की जय। राधा रमन बिहारी राधा विनोद बिहारी राधा विनोद नयन बिहारी जी की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन जी की जय। राधा दामोदर राधा श्याम सुंदर राधा गोकुल नंद राधा रमन जी की जय. Can turn on the slide big. Otherwise half face. Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan Ji ki jai. Radha Damodar Radha Shyama Sundar Radha Gokula Nanda Radha Raman Ji ki jai. Krishna Balaram Maharaj ki jai. Nitya Krishna Vishnupada Stutra Satya Srimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Vishnupad Parivraja Kacharya Stutra Satya Srimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj ki jai. Shri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guruvarga ki jai. Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath Shri Goswami Prabhu ki jai. Swarup Damodara Rai Ramananda Ji Shri Guru Parishad Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Navadvip Mandal ki jai. Vraj Mandal ki jai. Kshetra Mandal ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagra Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. So, Hare Krishna, dear friends, we will first sing Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's song, which is called Atma-nivedana. Please find the pages. Atma-nivedana. Atma-nivedana. Having submitted my soul at your feet, I am supremely elated. Sorrow is banished, and no anxieties remain. I see only bliss in the four directions. Your two lotus feet are reservoirs of nectar and bestow freedom from lamentation and fear. Now, by taking refuge of them, I have given up the fear of worldly existence. I shall serve in your household, never partaking of the fruits of my labor. I shall diligently tend to your satisfaction only, being fully dedicated to your feet. In the course of serving you, whatever difficulties may come are indeed the topmost joy. The pains and pleasures of service to you are the greatest assets, for they destroy the misery of nescience. I have completely forgotten my past history due to experiencing the joy of service to you. All I know is that I am yours and you are mine. What need is there of any other treasure? Bhaktivinoda, submerged in the ocean of bliss, devotes all of his efforts in service to you and dwells in your house according to your wishes. Okay, so now let us sing. Take Mridanga. Play as you can. Atma-nivedana tuva pada ko pade kori hoino parama sukhi dukkha dure gelo chinta narahilo chodike ananda diki. Atma-nivedana tuva pade kori hoino parama sukhi dukkha dure gelo chitta narahilo chodike ananda deki. Chodike ananda deki. Chodike ananda deki. Hoino parama sukhi. Ashoka abhay amritaya dhara tomara charana dvaya tahate hai kaun vishrama labhiya chodino bhavera bhaya. Ashoka abhay amritaya dhara tomara charana dvaya tahate kona vishrama labhya chariyo bhavera bhaya charino bhavera bhaya charino bhavera bhaya tomara charana dvaya. Now together this figure. Charino bhavera bhaya. Sing, sing. Charino bhavera bhaya. Tomara charana dvaya. Tomara no. Tomara samsare koribo sevana. Nahi bo phalera bhagi tava sukha jahe koribo jatana haye pade anuragi tomara samsare koribo sevana nahi bo phalera bhagi tava sukha jahe karibo jatana haye pade anuragi haye pade anuragi. Listen. Haye pade anuragi nahi bo phalera bhagi. No sing. Hoye pade anuragi, hoye pade anuragi, nahi bo phalera bhagi. Tomara sevaya dukahaya jato seoto paramasuka. Seva sukha dukkha paramasampada nashaye avidya dukkha. Seva sevaya dukkahaya jato seoto paramasuka. Seva sukha dukkha paramasampada nashaye avidya dukkha. Nashaye avidya dukkha. Nashaye avidya dukkha. Asyoto paramasukkha. Sevashe avidya dukkha. Nashaye avidya dukkha. Seota paramasukkha. Purva itihas bhulino sakala seva sukha peye mane amito tomar tumito yamar kikajaya paradhane. Purva itihas bhulino sakala seva sukha peye mane amito tomar tumito yamar kikajaya paradhane. Kikajaya paradhane. Kikajaya paradhane. Seva sukha peye mane. Kikajaya paradhane. Kikajaya paradhane. Seva sukha peye mane. Bhakati vinod anande rubya tomara sevara tare sabacheshta kare tava icha mato thakiya tomara ghare bhakti vinodānande rugiya tomara sevara tare sabacheshta kare tava icha mato thakiya tomara ghare thakiya tomara ghare thakiya tomara ghare tomara sevara tare thakiya tomara ghare thakiya tomara ghare tomara sevara tare Atma-nivedana tuvapade kori hoino paramasuki dukkha dure gelo chinta narahilo chodike ananda deke Atma-nivedana tuvapade kori hoino paramasuki dukkha dure gelo chinta narahilo chodike ananda deki chodike ananda deki chodike ananda deki tuvapade kora hoino paramasuki chodike ananda deki chodike ananda deki hoino paramasuki प्रभु है 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 ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर भक्ति विनोद भक्ति विनोद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर भक्ति. Sandra, do you know Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? This mantra we'll sing together now. Very good. So first the leader sings, then the choir sings, so you can pick up from the text on the poster. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Zusammen. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Bola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Ola Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Anitai Gora Haribo, Haribo. Haribo, Nitai Gora, Haribo, Nitai Gora, Haribo, 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 Nitai Gora, Premanande, Hari, Haribo. Jai Shri Guru Gauranga Reka Giridhari Radha Vare Madhav Ji ki Jai Radha Raman Bihari Radha Vinod Bihari Radha Nayan Bihari Ji ki Jai Shri Govinda Gopinath Madan Mohan Ji ki Jai Radha Damodar Radha Shyama Sundar Radha Gokulananda Radha Raman Ji ki Jai Krishna Balaram Maharaj ki Jai Nila Krishna Vishnu Pada Stutra Satya Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj ki Jai Shri Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga ki Jai Paramaradhya Guru Pad Padma ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare Hare Agyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Gurave Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaya Krishna Krishna Bhaktaya Tad Bhaktaya Namo Namo Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Anandalilamaya Vigrahaya Mabadivacha Visundaraya Tasmai Mahaprema Rasa Pradaya Chaitanya Chandraya Namo Namaste Nityananda Namastubhyam Premananda Pradayane Lokalmashanashaya Jannavapataye Namaha Ajanalambita Bhujo Kanakavadato Sankirtanaya Kapitaro Kamalaya Taksha Vishwambaro Dvijavaro Jagadharma Palo Vande Jagat Priya Karo Kurunavatara Kanakajala Dagatro Nila Shonab Janetro Mrigamadavara Balo Malati Kundamala Taralataru Navesho Nila Pitambaresho Smarani Britani Kunje Radhika Krishna Chandra Tavaivasmi Najivami Tvaya Iti Vigyaya Radhe Tvam Nayamam Charanantike Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. First of all, my unlimited Dandavat Pranams to the lotus feet of Srila Gurudev, Nitil Prishtam Vishnupada Stutra Sata Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, Shiksha Gurudeva Swam Vishnupada Stutra Sata Shrimad Bhaktivedanta Madhusudan Goswami Maharaj, Shrimati Krishna Priyata Kurani, Rupanuga Gaudiya Guru Varga, chain of disciplic succession from Sri Rupa Goswami, also dear devotees and friends in Berlin. We have a very small company today, which is sometimes nice. And then we can discuss things in detail. So this process is called Bhakti Yoga, or Yoga of Devotion. So, okay, you understand, huh? So, yeah, then, so Bhakti means devotion. You know Bhagavad Gita? Bhagavad Gita? Okay, so Vedas, Vedic literature, is the mother of all religious literature now on the planet. The Vedas were recorded only 5,000 years ago, but actually Vedic literature is timeless. Before there were no books, people were hearing from their gurus and taking to their heart, but now no memory, so we have to read books. That's why Vedas were recorded by Vyasadeva, literary incarnation of Krishna. So Krishna himself in Bhagavad Gita personally gave Arjuna, his friend, enlightening instructions about different kinds of yoga. And the highest type of yoga is bhakti, or devotional service. So in devotional service, as we were discussing in Essen, there are 9 main processes. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma-nivedanam. Hearing about Krishna, chanting his holy name, remembering him, Padasevanam, worshipping his, serving his lotus feet, Archanam, performing worship like we do here, Archanam, Vandanam, offering prayers, Dasyam, establishing the relationships of servitor and master, and Sakyam means friendly relationship, and then Atma-nivedanam, giving your soul. So in Essen we were discussing the 9 in brief, but I was requested by the devotees there to discuss something about how to serve Guru. In this process, service to Guru takes very, very special position. For example, you want to cross a mountain in a dangerous place and you don't know the road. In such places, you know, GPS doesn't work. You can get lost, you can get, you know, some damage, you can be exposed to various dangers. So you need a guide, right? So this material life is like this. Today we'll hear about material life. I just came across a very wonderful place, which is related to self-surrender. So in order to cross a very dangerous place, you have no other choice. You have to surrender to the guide, who is local. Not only local, he's a professional guide. Like, have you seen that wonderful movie by Tarkovsky, Stoker? No. Anyway, so there's a guide, but he was guiding his clients to some zone, you know, zone. But the place we all want to go is actually spiritual world. This is the material world, and this is the spiritual world. So spiritual world is the place of absolute. There is no birth, no death, no old age, no disease. In this material world, these 4 things always repeat. Birth, death, old age, disease. Always. Even if you don't want, even if you don't know, like we don't know now, but we may be diseased, you know, in some hidden form. And then it will be exposed in a year or 10 years, but now it's all accumulating, you know, some certain bacteria is trying to eat our system. But we don't know. And then old age, you know, like 20 years ago, I was at his age and I was jumping like anything. Now I'm trying to jump with the same speed. Sometimes okay, sometimes already some signals. So it's a bit dangerous. And since we're all residents of this material world, it's a dangerous place. What's that verse? Pradipadam parampadam. Yeah. So at every step there's danger. At every step there's danger. And since there's no other way but only through the help of a guide who knows spiritual world very, very nicely, who is actually either from there or has achieved the position there, so he can give us loving hand. Please give me your hand, like little children, you know, or blind people. We don't know. We think we know, but Maya or illusory energy will not allow us to think like this. She'll punish. So illusory energy is called Maya. Ma means not, and Ya means that. That which is not. That's the connotation. So that's why we are thinking, I'm my body, I'm my mind, but this I doesn't actually have anything to do with me. Because we're thinking, my body, my mind. But who is that I who is saying my body? Who is that I who is saying my mind? That is actual us. That is the soul. But we're living in this material world, as George Harrison said, living in the material world. And as he also said, within you, but without you. Love flows on within you and without you. Means the knowledge of the soul and all the joy which comes from that knowledge comes, how to say, lays within us, but in a dormant form. Within us, but without us. Means our consciousness is not without. So this is kind of undiscovered treasure, undiscovered self. We were telling in Steinheim, I think, that story of an astrologer who came to the courtyard of a man. A man was thinking he's very poor, but anyway, he had a house. His father had just died, so he had a house as a, how to say, hereditary possession. Yeah? So, but his friend, an astrologer, was called Sarvagya. Sarvagya means all-knowing. And he said, listen, I know. There's a treasure in your garden. You have to dig. I can see on my chart here, you have a treasure in your garden, a chest with great treasures, but you have to dig, but I'll tell you on which side. Don't dig on the... Verstehen? Okay. No, it's just an allegory. So, okay, he said, don't dig on the southern side, don't dig on the western side, don't dig on the northern side, but dig on the eastern side. And eastern side is pure devotional service. We will not discuss other processes, but pure devotional service, pure, what's that? Hingebende Dienst. Hingebungsvolle Dienst. Pure hingebungsvolle Dienst. Yes, so that is the proper process. That is the proper process. So if you dig on the eastern side, with the direction of an expert astrologer who knows the proper position, then he sees that chest. You know, the good astrologer sees even that really you have a treasure chest in your garden, and he will say in which part of the garden she understands. So in that same way, you know, your guide, your guru, has his eyes wide open. He knows all the intricacies in all the what's that called, mountain areas, in all the passes, you know, through the mountains. Somewhere you have to go only in the daytime, somewhere at night time, somewhere you have to really be beware of falling stones, somewhere you have to bears, you know, and all the other things, all the other dangers. So he knows very well. So just give him your hand, and that's it. So our Gurudev, you remember, Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, our Gurudev. So you can see his picture on the right side there. So when he was giving initiation to us, Diksha, right? I was the translator very often. So he was saying, today I am the father, and mantra is the mother. Mantra, understand? Mantra is the mother. I am the father, and mantra is the mother. I am taking your hand and giving it to the hand of Krishna. That's what he was saying. So that's our position. Like, we have to understand that we don't know. Even Socrates, when he was dying, before he was dying, he said, I know that I don't know anything. Although he was great, actually, Jnana Yogi. That was like great how to say, possessor of knowledge, aspirant of, but anyway, possessor of knowledge. So he said humbly, I know that I don't know anything. So it's very good position, a very good conclusion. People can have, PhDs, people can be very famous as knowledgeable people, etc., etc. Yes, always very limited, and they, how to say, bump across the border of transcendence. They cannot jump, they cannot pass over transcendence. Transcendence means something beyond our limited material experience. That is transcendental level, and that is actually spiritual matter. We don't know about it. We cannot see, we cannot feel ourselves. To some extent, we can receive something, like we can chant these holy names of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. You chant it today. But we, by ourselves, cannot go to spiritual world. That's the thing. So that's why we need shelter. So under the guidance of Sri Guru, iti pum sarpitam Vishnu bhaktishchanna valakshana kriyatam bhagavati yadatam uttamam, we will be performing that process of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atma-nivedanam, performing the 9 limbs of devotional service: hearing, chanting, remembering, worshipping the lotus feet, Sakyam, establishing friendly relationship, serving as the servant to the master, and offering prayers. These 9 processes. So, and giving your soul, the 9th one. So the 9th one, giving your soul, we'll be discussing today. That is actually main point, like central point of Sharanagati, as well as accepting Krishna as your maintainer. But this one, Atma-nivedanam, is simultaneously in the 9 limbs of devotion and in the 6 limbs of Sharanagati. It's very important. Yeah, yeah. So you can see in this song. So while you try to cross the mountain area by yourself, you are failing. You cannot achieve success. But after you've taken shelter of guide, then you become happy. You become safe, confident. Having submitted my soul at your feet, I'm supremely elated. Sorrow is banished and no anxieties remain. I see only bliss in the 4 directions. Bliss in the 4 directions. Because I have shelter. I'm like a dog who has master now. Right. Once our Gurudev was walking along the seaside somewhere, ocean, and after they were waiting for a car, 1 or 2 minutes while the car was coming. But at that time, Gurudev noticed a dog who was a stray dog, like abandoned by the master. He could see that the dog was like of good breed, but very much neglected, dirty. So the dog was panically smelling each and every car which was approaching. Like, not the smell of my master. Disappointed. To the other car. So Gurudev said, poor dog, the cruel master brought the old dog to the beach and left and escaped. And the dog remained so faithful to the master, loyalty. So that's why, although the master has proved to be so cruel, the dog is smelling each and every car with some hope that someone, that his master is there, and he will never forget the smell of his master. So that, I know you love dogs, both of you. So that example is very, very appropriate, because the mood of a disciple, of a student towards Guru, should be like this. So 14 years ago, 14 and a half, our Gurudev left this planet. So we are like desperate, we're looking for Srila Gurudev's smell. Where is it? Where is it? We want only Gurudev's smell, no one else's, like that. So On the other hand, Gurudev was present at every time, at every place, closer to the air you breathe, Gurudev said, like in every cell of your body. Simultaneously, he's performing his transcendental service in the spiritual world and present as a practitioner in a body which is like material body, like physical body, somewhere, but maybe not now and not at this planet, some other planet. So he's everywhere. Gurudev was saying, like, Krishna is everywhere, permeating everything. So in that same way, Sri Guru is permeating and present everywhere at all times. So then the author, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, in the mood of a servant, is writing, your two lotus feet are reservoirs of nectar that bestow freedom from lamentation of fear. So first of all, we approach spiritual master, we touch his lotus feet. Generally, from the feet of ordinary people, all their karma runs down, good and bad. Ordinary people. We want to touch the feet of a pure devotee. That pure devotee or high-class bhakti has all of his mercy, all of his transcendental realization emanating from his feet. That's why we want to touch the feet so much, like this. Yeah. So by taking refuge of your feet, I have given up fear of worldly existence. So Abhaya Charana Ravindare. Yeah. So the lotus feet of spiritual master bestow fearlessness. Because we fear so many things. Why? Do you know why? Because we're thinking that we are the doers, that we're the doers. Like, yes, enjoyers. So I have to do something in order to enjoy. That's the, how to say, maniac mentality of a person who is the resident of this material. Because illusion covers so strongly that we're thinking like, I'm God, you know, I'm the enjoyer. We're thinking I'm the enjoyer. I'm the controller. I'm the enjoyer, you know. Unconsciously, this is like this. Even if people want to do good to others, like I heard you are, you know, so much charitable person, altruistic person. But anyway, you know, this is also, in a subtle form, still desire to enjoy, still desire to control, still this is material. This is good, this is in goodness. There are three modes of material nature, I don't know if you heard or not. Goodness, passion, ignorance. Three: goodness, passion, and ignorance. So people generally in passion, making business, you know, cheating others for money, like this. Some of them are in goodness. They want to help others. They open whole schools, hospitals, help the poor, help the hungry, like this. As a result, very good karma. They can go to paradise, and from paradise they still return. And people in ignorance, you know, who go for madness, inebriety, intoxication, laziness, you know, so many things. False views, so that is ignorance. And it brings you to lower regions, like hellish planets. Yeah. But, you know, those people who are transcendentalists, they go beyond these three modes. Why? Because they've taken shelter of transcendental guides, and transcendental master who knows the way towards absolute. And in this absolute world, no birth, no death, no old age, no disease. There's only unlimited spiritual joy. Ananda. Ananda means bliss, pleasure. That's what it is. So, when you take shelter of Sri Guru, then you can feel that ananda, that bliss you can feel through the lotus feet of your Guru. Immediately you can feel. That's the mystery, and that's the, how to say, alchemy of surrender. Surrender is very sweet. This is the ninth path of ninefold bhakti, pure devotional service of 9 kinds, which is very, very sweet. I shall serve in your household, like a dog, you know, serves. Now, we have blocks here, but if we had a village, then the position of a dog is very natural. To serve, you know, Guard the courtyard, first of all. Guard the courtyard, and if some intruder comes, then off immediately. That's the direct duty, how to say, dharma, we say dharma means duty of a dog.
Full braveness.
Yes.
Completely brave.
Braveless, completely brave, yes. Also, so much in common.
Big guys coming,
Yeah.
small dogs.
Yeah.
Protecting the house,
Big,
the people of the family.
big, yeah. So even an elephant will come, a small dog will bark. Protecting, very brave, like a warrior. So I shall serve. So that is the mood of disciple. So we have to take actually example, their example. How dogs are serving the master. You could never see anything like it in the world. No? I shall serve in your household, never partaking in the fruits of my labor. The dog is very honest, never wanting any fruits for the service. Because the dog is very confident. I will not remain hungry. I will not remain hungry. My master will feed me. Very confident, isn't it? Patient.
It takes hours.
I'm so happy today. I'm with dedicated, dog lovers. So you can really advise me, because I often give these examples, but because we devotees were like a bit distant, so. Yes, Bronco welcomed me in January in the station Hauptbahnhof and gave him prasad. So, yes. So, yes. So, never partaking the results of the labor, and diligently tend to your satisfaction only. So, dog wants to serve his master unconditionally, his master to be satisfied. In the course of serving you, whatever difficulties may come, are indeed the topmost joy. That is maybe a bit higher than dog even. Because dog is more attached to comfort, maybe, but I think most dedicated ones are also like this. For example, a master takes a dog, to some, special operation, like going up to the mountains, let's say. So the dog feels some discomfort, but never mind, always ready to serve. Because master will take care of me, master will show me the way, the path. Amazing quality. And he feels the pains as pleasures in the service. So, both pains and pleasures of service are greatest assets because they destroy the misery of nescience. Nescience means ignorance. Ignorance, yeah. So the misery of ignorance destroyed by both pleasures and miseries of service. So you serve and everything inauspicious destroyed. All ignorance destroyed in the course of service. So the dog doesn't remember what was before. Maybe the dog was purchased in a market, maybe had some previous master. I have completely forgotten my past history, devotee says. Like a dog, sold out animal. Now I fully belong to the master. Like, a girl is married, so forgets everything what was before, more or less. Maybe before the life was terrible, but she met some rich person, some benevolent person, so that person gave her new life and brought her maybe to a richer country, etc., etc. So material examples. But in that same way, the girl is not even remembering some past history, some terrible experiences of rough childhood, etc. So now she's under the protection of great, nice husband. So in that same way, the dog is under the protection of great, great master. So all I know is that I'm yours and you're mine. Amito Tomar, Tumito Amar. I'm yours, you're mine. That's it. So what need is there of any other treasure? Bhaktivinoda, the author, submerged in the ocean of bliss, devotes all his efforts in service to you and dwells in a house according to your wishes. So, dear friends, today I found one very, very nice history for you, which is quoted actually in this book of Pujapat Madhusudan Maharaj, Navavida Bhakti, the 9 types of devotional service. That is the history from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto. So we mentioned Bhagavad Gita. This is a short encyclopedic dictionary of Vedas, and Srimad Bhagavatam is like central scripture. It's like central scripture having 18,000 verses. 500 verses, yes. Yes, Germans will not let me say any unsharp information. Information must be precise. Okay, so 18,500 verses, as the local knowers say. So have to accept. So yes, proper information. So, as we mentioned, in this material world, the illusory energy is ruling. It's called Maya. So how to deal with it? What to do? At every step we're cheated. You know, this world is the world of cheated and cheaters and the cheated. That's it. You know? We have 4 disqualifications. We are bound to cheat others. We are bound to commit mistakes. We are bound to be illusioned. And our senses are imperfect. These 3 faults. 4 faults. 4 faults. Vipralipsa, Karanapatava, what's that? Anyway, 4 I mentioned. But Guru does not have these 4 faults. The Vedas, holy scriptures, don't have these 4 faults. That is absolute information. So when Guru speaks the narrations about the reality of spiritual world, which is also recorded in the Vedas, especially Bhagavatam, the central book, Bhagavatam, then that is like a nectar for the soul, fully purifying. So what we're speaking now, this is like information of supreme reality. We're sharing this according to blessings from above. So that's why something is coming, some impression is coming. We hope some smell is there, some touch. So, okay.
He's experiencing
Some, okay.
Most of the time when something is happening, I need to cry.
Uh-huh.
And I think something is
Uh-huh.
getting away from me.
Yes.
So it's more release,
Yes.
and then I cry.
Yes.
It's, maybe
Yes.
it's
like opening your own.
ja.
Yes.
Ja.
Yes. Today.
Hört sich erstmal komisch an, oder? Ne? I'm thinking, you know, for others it's more clear when you laugh and being released when you relieving. Is it called relieving something?
Yeah.
But for me it's mostly crying because I don't know.
Today is a very special day.
Yeah.
We'll speak later why, but now I have to stick to the cameras are on. So, all right. So, how to do about this illusion surrounding us? There's a story about one great king from the past. His name was Nimi, King Nimi. So King Nimi once accepted the great 9 sages, 9 yogendras, masters of yoga, 9 yogendras. So they came from the outer space and they started speaking for Maharaj Nimi. Maharaj Nimi asked many questions. So now he said, "Oh, please tell me, great sages, about the illusory potency of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Vishnu, which bewilders even great mystics. Even great mystics are sometimes bewildered. So, please speak about that subject. What is Maya or material energy?" And then we will quote some verses actually from this book also. How to conquer Maya. How to cross over.
That which is not.
Yes, this material energy. So, one of the Yogendras called Antariksha said, Almighty Arm King, by activating the material elements, the super soul, super soul within everyone's heart. Super soul. Yeah. Yes. So, yeah. So when creation starts, then super soul does what? Sends forth living beings. Supreme Lord sends forth living beings all across material world. Higher planets, medium planets, lower planets, 14 planetary systems. We start functioning within one universe, and there are many, many other universes all around. Many, many other universes. So they're coming from the pores of Mahavishnu's body, transcendental body. Anyway, this is like cosmic things. So many, 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 many. So like uncountable, limited, unlimited souls. Yeah, it's still going on. So, what's the purpose? So that these souls are called conditioned, material world, they're called conditioned. So that conditioned souls can cultivate either sense gratification or unlimited liberation, ultimate liberation according to their desire. So he reveals, manifests those souls so that they can enjoy here or liberate as they desire. Actually, we heard the secret already. This so-called enjoyment here brings nothing but suffering. If you try to enjoy, you suffer. That's how Maya works, illusion. Let's listen in detail how. So, yeah. Okay. So, okay, understand. So, these souls are sometimes manifest, sometimes non-manifest. When they manifest, so when they're unmanifest, they're within the body of Mahavishnu, inside. Then they manifest, and their deep-rooted material desires also manifest, which were preserved within them from the previous time, the previous active phase of creation. So they are given again by the Lord active sense organs to experience this world. Something to see, something to hear, something to touch, something to smell, something to taste. So then they experience the result of material actions. Because when the new phase of creation is active, then karma, or the law of activity and the results of those activities, is valid. So then the souls experience the results of the material actions by wandering throughout the world. So this is called happiness and distress. So even philosophers, they see this world and they say, oh, there's happiness and there's distress, so there must be some, harmony, so-called harmony. Yeah, some relationships, and so they are trying to find the harmony, and they always fail because they are bound by duality. So, thus the conditioned living entity is forced to experience repeated birth and death. Birth, old age, disease. Okay. Birth, old age, disease, death, birth, old age, disease, death. Samsara. Again and again and again. Same old LP, That LP, already from LP you have a headache, but you're attached to it. But again you're listening, I can get no satisfaction. Say that same song, no? I mean, cannot get, you listen day and night, you love that song, but the guy sings, it cannot get no satisfaction, and again and again and again you hear. So anyway, so this is called samsara. So helplessly wanders from one inauspicious situation to another, suffering from the moment of creation until the time of cosmic annihilation. You know, inauspicious situation. Actually, all types of situations in the material world are inauspicious. Why? Because even when you're happy, this is temporary. Because time factor is there. Tick tock, you know, time. It will finish. You went to paradise very, very high, but time is ticking. It will be very large time, but still it has to stop and you have to return. Paradise, heavenly planets are not eternal. So when then the annihilation of material elements takes place, then it describes how it happens, you know, the end of this material manifestation. Then a terrible drought takes place on Earth for 100 years. And for 100 years, the heat of the sun gradually increases, and its blazing heat begins to torment the three worlds, beginning from the lower planetary system. Then fire grows, emanating from the mouth of Sankarshan. You know this Sankarshan? From his mouth, fire comes, you know, and devours the material world. And again, material world comes into the the body of Mahavishnu. So then Antariksha is saying, now I have described Maya. This is called Maya, or illusion. That's basically what we see. We are from the world of Maya. We can see nothing but Maya here. Through telescopes, through microscopes, through anything. It shows only Maya.
Because we are using our limited senses.
Yes, because if we have a TV and we have 100-something channels in a 5-star hotel, still we see the same. You know? Within the TV will not show you more than it can show. It cannot show you spiritual reality. That's why all we see is TV. That's what we do. All we see is, you know, combination of these elements. It's certainly divine world, we don't say. It's a divine world. The sun is divine, the wind is divine, the water is divine, anything, everything is. Actually, the Lord's, how to say, Virat Rupa, the body, although actually it has temporary character because, yes, that's a set manifestation of the Lord, but it's within this material world, which is temporary. So anyway, it's like considered to be temporary, although that's the body of the Lord. So then King Nimi asks, "Oh, learned sages, please tell me how a foolish materialist can easily cross over the material ocean of illusion. Please tell me." Like, they're very proud, you know, but they're foolish materialists, people. We were also, but we are trying to become spiritualists, to develop a different vision. So another Yogendra, Prabuddha, is saying, accepting the roles of male and female in human society, the conditioned souls unite in sexual relationships. Thus, they constantly make material endeavors to eliminate their unhappiness and unlimitedly increase their pleasure. But one should see that they inevitably achieve exactly the opposite result. In other words, their happiness inevitably vanishes, and as they grow older, the material discomfort increases. That's how it's said. So it said that all the, like, most painful suffering in this world comes from improper relationship of male and female people, persons, improper relationship. We see more and more in this world. There are practically no families, or it's no marriage. Some families are there, okay, mostly where religious traditions are, you know. Okay, so God says family, then okay, Christians, you know, it's like Hare Krishna. We try to maintain family, but other people, like Swami Maharaj Prabhupada, the first preacher in the West, how to say, not first chronologically, but most successful in the 60s. He came when there was hippie era, and he said, like cats and dogs. He said, like cats and dogs, cats and dogs. So dogs do that, you know, indiscriminately. Nobody punishes them, you know, just under the fences anywhere in the city openly, So more or less, people are doing that, Yeah, it's like everywhere. So, mhm. So, yes, so there must be some institution for that, some regulation. There's a Vedic regulation how to do that. Yeah, I'm not, how to say, not so much my subject's married life, but anyway, there's a Vedic institution how to do, and it's very, very nice system, harmonious, with a healthy relationship, healthy children, everything God-centered in the family, very nice. So people are madly trying to get wealth, but this classical verse is saying, you must have heard, wealth is a perpetual source of distress. It's a famous verse. Wealth is a perpetual source of distress. It is most difficult to acquire, and it is virtual death for the soul. Then you sell your soul, Yes. Yeah.
That's such a nice car, and somebody's scratching his car, stuff like
Yeah.
for a car or for a pair of shoes or for a broken mobile.
Okay, so what satisfaction does one actually gain from his wealth? Similarly, how one can gain ultimate and permanent happiness from so-called home, children, relatives, and domestic animals, which are all maintained by one's hard-earned money. So if you don't have God-conscious mentality, God-conscious family, God-conscious spiritual society, then everything you do will bring you pain. Because those children, will grow up and forget about you. They'll grow ungrateful. They'll go do what they like. When you're old and weak, they'll be laughing at you. Certainly these are extreme examples, but often happens like this.
And even if not, at one point you have to leave them.
Yeah, you have to leave them.
It's very painful.
Yeah,
it's very painful.
You have to go to some old people's home, and so even in heavenly planets, Prabhupada is saying, even in heavenly planets, when there's no eternal life, and some rivalry also is there. Some imperfections are there. We know many stories about Indra and all those things. So therefore, any person who seriously desires real happiness must seek a bona fide spiritual master. You see? So mountain range we were speaking about is a very dangerous area. That is the path from this material world to spiritual world. Dangerous path. You cannot go by yourself without a guide. You'll get lost, you'll get damaged, you'll get cheated, so many things. So accepting bona fide spiritual master as one life and soul and worshipable deity, the disciples should learn from him the process of pure devotional service. What do we know about pure devotional service? Pura hingambeful dienst. What do we know? Nothing we know. We know only how to eat, sleep, and be merry, basically. Something for our past lives, some austerities we performed, something we performed for God in whatever form we were worshipping Him. So, okay, we get this opportunity. But about the details, Gurudev will definitely tell. Remember, how to cross the mountain. Maybe we have to go through, rainstorm, through the nighttime, at nighttime, maybe not daytime. The rocks may be falling down. The bears can be wandering around. So it's a really precarious, dangerous place. So you have to take shelter in order to cross. So therefore, the disciples should learn from spiritual master how to serve the Lord without duplicity. A dog will never have duplicity. Always purely devoted to it. Yes. Never. Never. A dog will never cheat the master. I will go to the neighbor, he's better than you. Never. Never possible. only one-pointed. So disciples should be like this, one-pointed, and very simple, like a child. A dog is like a child, simple, you know. Children are very nice, you know, because in children's body, consciousness is not so crooked. So certainly there are some bad children, but anyway, mostly they're simple, open-minded, open-hearted, like this. So a sincere disciple. To serve spiritual masters, disciples should learn many disciplines: cleanliness, austerity, tolerance, silence, study of Vedas, simplicity, celibacy, non-violence, and equanimity in the face of material duality such as heat and cold, happiness and distress. So we were with Gurudev when he was on the planet. That was happiness. Now Gurudev has left. This is distress. Gurudev actually never left, and he gave us task. Please realize my presence. I'd never leave. I'll be closer to you than the air you breathe, Gurudev said. So how to learn? You know, that bhajan and separation, that's a big, big topic. How to learn, how to feel Gurudev's presence. So, therefore, one has to be with Gurudev always. Never think that Gurudev has left. Never think that Gurudev far away. And always, always be responsible before Gurudev. Our life doesn't belong to us, it belongs to Guru. That's why. Gurudev once said in morning walks, you know, he said, oh, some disciple, you know, committed suicide. Gurudev said, it means never a day he has been a disciple. See? So like this. So people try to escape difficulties. When they have too many difficulties, they, you know, stupid, they go for suicide. You know. But that's, you know, that's escape from reality. You cannot escape from reality. You cannot escape. You'll become a ghost. And as a ghost, you will travel here and there, and it's a terrible life. To one disciple, Gurudev, reading his mind, Gurudev said, if you continue like this, you'll go to hell. You don't know what hell means. Now, this stupid disciple committed suicide. Yes, so-called disciple. I knew him. I used to stay with, you know, in his flat. Anyway, unfortunate. You know, so even being disciples, you know, very good. You're a disciple, you're in a great advantageous position. So preserve that gift. Life in service. So constantly meditate on your eternal duty to Gurudev. Always meditate. And that is real life. You will see the value. Because otherwise you're lost. In this material world, our position is very, very precarious, like very dangerous. Cannot see that. What's that? Bhayam Dvitiya Binivesh is from other part also, from Navayogendra, this samvat. Bhayam Dvitiya Binivesha tasyat isham apyatasya viparya smriti tanmaya tadbhajetam bhakhyeta yesha gurudeva tatma. In this world, we experience fear at every step. Bhayam Dvitiya Binivesha. Dvitiya Abhinivesha, because from the time immemorial, we have, how to say, been looking to the other side. We've, yes, we've, let's say, we've turned away from Krishna. Turned away means we're trying to look something in the Maya world, which is seemingly separated from Krishna. Actually never separated, but it looks like it's separated. So we tried independence.
The soul is emanating from the first moment. It can look to the material side or to the subtle side. This is the first decision we make as a soul, as an individual. Looking for the subtle and the infinite, or looking for the finite and the gross. That's a good question. Are we aware of our decision or not?
No. When we turn away, initially there was no karma and there was no really awareness. But Maya is shining very brightly and attracting us. That's why we're picking it up. But You know, sometimes when you find yourself in a jail or some police or some, you know, strange situation, it doesn't really matter how I got here. It's the main thing how to get out. How to get out. So you're waking up and you're in a puddle, you know, on some mud dirt. So you have to get out and get clean like this. So how to do? Prabuddha Yogendra is explaining. One should practice meditation by constantly seeing oneself to be an eternal, cognizant spirit soul and seeing the Lord to be the absolute control over everything. To increase one's meditation, one should live in a secluded place and give up false attachment to one's home and household paraphernalia. Giving up the decorations of the temporary material body, one should dress himself with scarps of cloth found in rejected places, or with the bark of trees. In this way, one should learn to be satisfied in any material situation. Even if one has some wealth, a person in that position of a disciple is not attached. So once Swami Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, was asked by an American lady reporter, you are guru of the richest, do you have a car? I'm a guru of the richest country, why cannot I have a car? In Germany, we have 19 vans, Volkswagen bus, you know, like this. And they were distributing books. So, but Swami Maharaj, Prabhupada was never thinking, these are mine, this is my property. No, this is all for Krishna. So I'm like a transparent media, you know. I'm just a caretaker. Nothing belongs to me. Like a dog. A dog will never say, this is my house. No, my master's house. And I'm barking in order to serve you, him. You know, in order to stop some intruders. You know, that actually when dog barks nicely, there's peace. Then house is under protection. Then children are playing, everything is fine. But some huff must be there. So that's duty of the dog. Outside, some huff, no problem, we can close the door, no huff. But it's necessary, isn't it? So soldiers are protecting the country all sides, frontier guards. They may be shooting, but we're not hearing. We're protected. We're saying, all glory to our army, you know, like this. So glory to the dogs. They're the protectors of peace and prosperity of the masters. So very important, also very nice dog's quality. One should have firm faith that he will achieve all success in life by following those scriptures that describe the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Bhagavan. So we're already disciples, Baba. We have to achieve success. We have to achieve. And if, according to this song, we have some painful situation, some critical situation, some anyway, obstacles, special blessing. As Kunti was praying, you know, Krishna, when he was here, he had a great personality as his aunt, Kunti, sister of Vasudeva. So Kunti, while saying goodbye to Krishna when he was leaving, so he was saying, oh, please, Krishna, please give us calamities. Calamities means suffering, calamities. Because when we have calamities, then we'll remember you. People usually forget God about when they're married. They're lucky, okay. Thank you, God, okay. Bye-bye. I have to enjoy now. But no, devotees will never think I'm enjoying, okay? Because tomorrow pain will come. But when pain comes, then we are remembering Guru Nrisimhadev. We're remembering Krishna. And it's very good. It's very good. Because in pain you remember Krishna every day.
Sandra likes to serve so much.
Yeah.
Even just for the dogs.
Yeah.
Not for her guru, but you know this. How to give up your selfish activities to serve somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's not my doggies because I don't know better. I can able to do it, and that's my way to show.
Yes.
So the main idea we have to, in this class, you know, the main idea is to how to give yourself to service. This is called self-surrender or Atma-nivedana. Atma means self, Nivedana means surrender. So the dog is like this. And the dog has firm faith that I will achieve all success in life by following Guru, by following the scriptures which describe the glories of Bhagavan, Supreme Lord. So, under the guidance of Guru, one should hear, glorify and meditate upon the wonderful transcendental activities of the Lord. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Lila, name, form, qualities, pastimes. We're hearing another day in Essen how by hearing we become attracted, and by meditating on the subject matter, narrations about Krishna, wonderful narrations about Krishna, then we gradually try to see Krishna's form in meditation. And actual meditation comes when we develop our spiritual body. And when spiritual body is developed, then we dive into Krishna's qualities. And then through qualities we come closer to his pastimes, means his Spila, activities, what he does. And then we become the members of those, participants of those Spila, the Herr. So, yes, so we become his associates having spiritual body. That's why one of the last chapters of Jaiva Dharma is called Entering the Pastimes. How to enter the pastimes? You enter there. So from here to here, and you see this line, you see this tiny line, this is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Through this Mahamantra. Because now, during this dark age of Kali, now Kali Yuga, dark age, there is no other way by chanting on the chanting of the holy name. Before, there was golden age, the method of achieving success was meditation. Then there was silver age. In the silver age, the method was fire sacrifice. Then copper age came, the method became temple worship of the deities. But these methods are quite advanced. Nowadays, people are very fallen. It's weak and fallen, and one has to be a brahmana, to perform these qualities by birth, and so, anyway. But by chanting, very quickly one can become a brahmana, or even higher than a brahmana. One can become a Vaishnava, means a pure devotee of the Lord, by involvement in this process of bhakti, which is generally chanting of the holy name. Yes. One who desires the ultimate self-interest should cultivate friendship with those persons who have accepted Krishna as the Lord of their life. Sadhu Sangha, or association with like-minded people. So very, very important.
Speaking.
Yeah.
Sharing our tears.
Yeah. But there's one secret. One has to take shelter of pure spiritual master. Shuddha Vaishnava, pure devotee of Krishna, pure bhakta. When one takes shelter of such a devotee, then that is equal to taking shelter of pure master, like for a dog, or excursion guide, the guide who will take us through the dangerous mountain range. So we wanted to share our humble experience. We met such a pure devotee in our lifetime, Radha Mohan, myself, and we are now taking shelter of very high exalted personalities. When Gurudev is away from us, we are continuing in the temple we're related to. So very, very pure souls are there, representing Srila Gurudev in full. Why? Because the devotees of Krishna constantly discuss the glories of the personality of Godhead amongst themselves. They constantly remember the Lord and remind one another of his qualities and pastimes. Matchitta margata pranavdante parasparam kathayastam shimam nityam tushanti cha ramanti cha. This is like, this verse is like Bhagavad Gita verse. 11th canto has so many similar verses as Bhagavad Gita. So, thus, by association, then pure love of Godhead will be awakening in us, you see. And we can feel at once that touch, that energy flowing within us. Being purified of all impediments, the devotees awaken to pure love of Godhead, and thus, even within this world, their spiritualized bodies exhibit symptoms of transcendental ecstasy, such as standing of the bodily hairs on end. So we can experience some shadow of that type of those type of symptoms, even in the beginning. Sometimes we can see. So if we are simple and sincere, if we receive mercy of spiritual master, then it's very, very easy to experience. Can you make a few? Just in general.